How do you plan to retire from your 9 to 5? Are you just going to collect Social Security? Do you have a pension coming? Or are you going to put your money into an asset like real estate and let it make money for you while you're sleeping? Well, if that's the choice, I got a special guest tonight. I've got a community member of ours in the Go Getter family, Dr. Joel McLeod from Montgomery, Alabama. He's been a member of the community for about 6 months, and he's on fire. So we're going to interview him tonight, talk about some of the things that he's been doing while in the Go Getter family, some of the things that helped him, some of the strategies he's been using. So if you're new to my channel, I want you to hit that like button. And if you feel like we bring you some value tonight, I want you to consider subscribing, all right? Or you can just be a player about it. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no-quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah, we control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
Okay, Dr. Joel. As soon as I brought you on, my microphone messed up. Okay, I'm back. So, Dr. Joel, we got a special guest tonight. This is Dr. Joel McLeod. Dr. Joel, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and what got you interested in real estate?
Thank you, Gene. I'm a practicing internal medicine physician and have been practicing for about 33 years in Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama is my home. Grew up here in South Alabama, born, raised, and educated. My partners in practice, both are semi-investors. They own property, rental properties, and have done so for years. So I've sort of been exposed to passive investing, just sort of watching them and wishing that I could do that too. But I did. I ventured into real estate probably about 15, 20 years ago, watching one of the late night infomercials by John Land talking about tax liens. So he had a course where he teach you how to buy tax lien certificates, and I did that course and was successful. Bought a few tax liens, enough to make my money back for the course. Sold those successfully.
Yeah, you're an OG. You're an OG. That's for sure. You've been out here in this game for a while now. So, well, how'd you first hear about the Go Getter family?
I had knee replacement back in 2022, and during that recovery, I watched a lot of YouTube University, and you know, Gene Borkin and the Go Getter family is the star feature of YouTube University. A lot of content, a lot of good content, talking about creative financing, which I had developed a interest in. Just a second. And you, of course, captured my attention. And then when you walked into one of Johnny Lynham's live sessions in Birmingham, I said, look at there, there's Gene Borkin from the Go Getter family.
Yes, yes.
Meet him personally.
That's exactly what you said too when you pulled up. I was like, okay, it's good to meet you. I was so glad to be down there in Birmingham at that real estate boot camp with our good friend Johnny Lynham, the military CEO. He's a heavy hitter in multifamily real estate investing, lieutenant in the United States Air Force. So, well, it sounded like you were surrounding yourself, you know, with the right type of people for a very long time. Now, were the only deals you had done, because right now you're a hitter, right? I had our success coach, Coach Molly, our client success coach, get your numbers since you've been in the Go Getter family, and you've been in for about 6 months coming up on, and you've gotten about $330,000 worth of property and equity estimated at $60,000 with $0 out of your own pocket.
That's correct.
What in the world? That is amazing. Okay. Okay. Well, tell me then what because you've been in some mentorships, you know, over your time. I mean, you started with the tax liens, you know, years ago. And so what motivated you to join the Go Getter family community? My old crazy self.
Well, like you said, I have done several mentorships over the past 15 years or so, including the great Ron LeGrand and all he talks about is creative financing. Um, I did his mentorship for about a year almost. It just wasn't geared towards me. It wasn't as personal. Didn't get personal attention. And I had a coach that worked with us on a biweekly basis. But he expressed his politics too much with me, and they're different from mine. So we never did bond. There was always a strained relationship there. And I didn't have any success during that program, except maybe learn some key techniques and stuff. And then I also signed up and joined Pace Morby's group.
Okay.
He's also a guru about creative financing. I realize now that he really doesn't do it the right way.
That's true. Facts are just facts. He knows that. So
right. And of course, I listen to Chris Haskins some on YouTube, and Chris is a very good guy. A lot of good information. So there's a lot of information out there on YouTube. But it was only when I joined Johnny Lynham that I really had access to one-on-one coaching. And Johnny broke it down as far as what steps to take. First, getting your mindset right, and then working the plan. I increased my knowledge base tremendously with Johnny, and I'm still planning on pursuing multifamily like Johnny teaches. And then in walks Gene Boykin with the Go-Getter family. And Gene was emphasizing about how he was an expert at getting properties with no money down and stopping foreclosures. During that time, as you know, I had a wholesaler. It was during the first challenge I attended. You have these monthly challenges.
Yeah.
I think it was challenge 5 that I attended. The day before, I had been to my local RIA, Real Estate Investors Association meeting, and one of my wholesaler friends, Cliff Moore. Shout out to Cliff Moore if you're watching tonight. Cliff came up to me and said, "I have this wholesale deal that I'd like for you to think about buying from me." I said, "Tell me what you got." He said, "Well, I have this guy who's in pre-foreclosure. He hadn't paid on his mortgage in 2 years. He's going to be foreclosed on in about 30 days. Wow. But I talked to him, and he's agreed to sell the house to me, subject to the existing financing. And if you want to buy it, I'll wholesale it to you for $10,000."
Okay. Well, let me stop you. Let me stop you there for the lay people. There might be some beginners out there now. Dr. Joel just sounds like a real estate professor now. He went from medical doctor to real estate professor. So he's a local RIA creative finance expert. So what you're saying was you found this foreclosure. They hadn't made payments in 2 years, and they had 30 days to the auction. And so the wholesaler, who just goes out there, gets deals under contract, said the seller was going to let him take over the mortgage. But you had the 2 years of payments to kind of, surmount. And it just so happened that my challenge was starting the next day or something like that. And you had got my buying free foreclosures for the Black Friday special too.
Exactly. Yeah. Got a good deal on that.
Great deal. Now you drive a hard bargain. I'll say that, old Dr. Joel. So these people were 2 years behind, and the wholesaler brings them to you. You got some of our information from the buying free foreclosures. The challenge is about to start. What's running through your mind?
I need to find a way to not have to pay this guy's $20,000 in arrears if he wouldn't let me take over his mortgage.
Yes, the arrears are the back payments that they're delinquent, right? The 2 years. So you need to find a way. Well, what happened next?
Well, it just so happened that that good deal on that buying free foreclosure class that I bought on that Black Friday special gave me that information that I needed. It gave me the key, it opened the door for me, and it allowed me to approach the lender. Once I was armed with the knowledge from the Go-Getter family, from you, about what to say and how to say it, I was able to successfully negotiate the lender putting those arrears on the back end of the mortgage and what we call a partial claim fund.
Yep. A
which means
non-interest bearing
right,
position too.
non-interest bearing, and it
Hmm.
means that arrears would now not be due until the first mortgage was paid off in full.
Yes. And so how long do you have till that first mortgage is paid off that you're taking over, that you took
28
over?
years.
28 years, and it was about 20,000 that they were behind, that you don't have to pay any interest on, and you don't have to pay that until the payments for 28 years are paid. And so this is magic with foreclosures. There's there's not many people around the country that can even do that. And so what do you feel what lesson, I suppose, do you feel has had the biggest impact on that for you? And y'all drop some flames for old Dr. Joel in the comments. Let us know where you're here. Tell us where you're from, y'all. Go ahead, Dr. Joel.
Where you call it sprinkling a little pixie dust on the
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
and
Yes.
that's exactly what I felt like. It was magic. It really
Mm,
was. Didn't know that process existed. A lot of people still don't know that process
hmm.
exists. A
Hmm.
lot of homeowners don't. A lot of investors don't know that
Yep.
process exists, along with several
Hmm.
other uh, loss mitigation strategies that you teach. So
Yep.
armed with that knowledge, then I was able to get the partial claim, able to
Mm.
reinstate his loan, and was able
Ooh.
to take over his remaining mortgage. And that's what subject to means, subject to the existing mortgage.
Yes, taking that over, leveraging that, not having to qualify for it, which is a game changer for real estate investors, because we can step in and do things that people just cannot do. And so that makes us unique. That makes us a unicorn. And on top of that, now, how much could you potentially cash flow on that house?
Well, the mortgage is about 685, and we're planning on putting the lease option tenant in there at about 1,500 a month. So cash flowing
Wow.
about 815 a month.
And doesn't that house have a pool in the
Yes, it
backyard?
does. There's an 11-foot pool in the backyard.
Oh my goodness, an 11-foot pool. That's something else now. So you got that house, and that only cost, that was 8,000
Yeah,
for the seller.
he won about $8,300
Mm,
for the house.
nothing, nothing. And you're going to be able to get a down payment or an option fee of how much on that?
We're asking for 15. We have one tenant buyer offering to give us as much as 40,000 down payment.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. So you're definitely out there doing deals, and so you came into the challenge with this thing and the buying free foreclosures knowledge. And so I got a special for the people tonight. I'll be talking about that later, just in commemoration of old Dr. Joel here. And so it's funny because I'm in Houston right now. You're in Alabama, and the team is flying in this Friday to go to the Houston auction and talk to the people there and let them know about this strategy where we don't have to go bid at the auction. It's a game changer. So I do hope we're going to be converging in Houston on August 9th and 10th too. So I know I'm going to see my lifetime member, old Dr. Joel, in the building. Dr. Joel's a lifetime member, y'all. They think I'm playing. So Dr. Joel, um, can you share a story about like the what that meant to you? Because not only did you get that good deal where you're going to cash flow about $900 a month, you're going to get a chunk of money, upwards of 20, 30,000 in your pocket on the option fee, and you didn't have to get any credit checks or anything like that, but you helped the seller out of a tough situation. They had 30 days until the auction, and there really is nobody in traditional real estate that can do anything with that, but
Yeah.
you
I
step in and
felt
do your thing.
I felt very special, Gene, to be able to have this gift. Uh, Not only did we help the seller out of a bind, he can now go and start over. He has another job now. He wants to start over with the foreclosure on his record. He lived there 2 years rent free. So
Mhm.
between not paying his mortgage and getting the 8,300, he profited about $26,000
Mm.
and lived for free for 2 years.
Wow.
But now he can start over fresh.
Yes.
He just don't have that burden to deal with.
Yep.
And
Yep.
not only him, but the tenant buyers that we've screened so far, and we've got it narrowed down to about two of them. Uh,
Mhm.
Both have not so strong credit.
Mm-hmm.
They only have credit scores right at 600, just above, just below 600.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a debt to income, which is not favorable, and
Mm-hmm.
probably have a hard time qualifying for a bank loan.
Yes.
But these are good people. They've got solid jobs, solid incomes, and
Mm-hmm.
just like every one of us, they deserve to have the American dream. Uh,
Yes.
so, they won't have to go and qualify for a bank loan. They won't have to submit credit applications and all that kind of stuff to
Right.
the bank. They won't have to pay points. So, we're
Mm-hmm.
creating affordable housing for, those who may not be as fortunate in our neighborhood.
Yeah, and their job is their credit, right? A verifiable
Exactly.
income. As long as you have a verifiable income, then we'll help to put you in a house that you can afford, right? And so even the people that you're screening now, there's only one house, so one deserving family will get that. But you have those other people that you've screened that are looking for something too. So we get the details from them that they want, and we work with them to find another situation like that. So it's ethical capitalism. Shoot, you went from saving lives to saving real estate lives too, because that was surgical precision. Now, I didn't even think about calculating the 2 years of no payments that they lived for free.
Right.
That's a good number to throw at them. I like that, Dr. Joel. That was surgical precision right there. Now, and you have called me Dr. Boykin once. Now, I don't want to get you in trouble or nothing, but a doctor of foreclosure, So,
Well, you do have a PhD in real estate, Gene. I mean, your knowledge base and your willingness to share it is just unbelievable.
it's changing lives. It's the more people that we have doing this the right way, the better, right? Because like you said, there's other people out there that aren't doing it technically the proper way that keeps everybody safe. And so what is the distinction between what you've seen out there lately versus what the Go Getter family does besides the buying free foreclosures?
Well, one of the biggest distinctions is how we buy, how you teach us to buy, and that's buying in a land trust. And I'll let you
Yes.
sort of explain to the people what the land trust is, but I have not seen anybody else. As a matter of fact, my local RIA and even the members in Johnny's group are all amazed when I start to talk about how I bought the house in a land trust and avoided uh, the possibility of the bank calling the loan due. So
Hmm.
that's been a big advantage that the Go Getter family offers. And another one is you're teaching us how to become the bank,
Hmm.
uh, and that is instead of having this tenant go and qualify for a loan to buy the house, we're providing that financing for her. Uh, and she won't have to go and pay again another big down payment after the initial lease option deposit. We'll sell the house to her after she qualifies through the tenancy for
Hmm.
2 or 3 years, and
Hmm.
sell it to her at agreed upon price. And if the house gains equity over those 3 years, then the seller benefits from
Right.
locking in that price here and now, and not the price for 3 years in the future.
Yeah.
And we'll
And,
finance it for her for as
mhm.
long as she wants, 20, 30, 40, 60 years if she wants. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
will, we will become the bank.
Absolutely, becoming the bank. And the whole time, there's a lot of different ways you can structure that, and what you just kind of explained by pretty much just them giving you an initial down payment, which is an option fee. It is a non-refundable option fee, and you can put that towards the purchase price of the home. And then they're just giving you monthly payments until they pay off the underlying loan, plus interest, right? A little bit higher than what the loan that we took over. So you're cash flowing the whole time. You've given a family the opportunity at affordable home ownership, and you're putting the properties, buying in a land trust. So you are protecting these newfound assets that you stumbled upon, when you walk through that cloud of pixie dust in the air, because it took you a while. Now you came into the challenge to become the bank challenge with that deal, and I saved you the 20,000 on the acquisition. I'm thinking to myself, now if Dr. Joe don't get in my inner circle, now if I don't see him, I'm gonna have to go check on him. I start to call Jerry. Hey, Coach Jerry, you got your stethoscope now? Your real estate stethoscope? Because I'm just playing, but yeah. So you got that deal, and putting it in a trust, also gives us a cut above the rest, right? And that is doing subject twos properly, where the loan cannot be called due, And we now can do, I mean, pretty much what you want with that asset when it's in a land trust and converted to personal property because it's a beneficial interest. Now, I don't want to get too nerdy, but what I am doing for the people is for 24 hours, y'all. Dr. Joel started with the buying free foreclosures. Now, he saw me at a live event. And then he seen me on a Black Friday probably about 6, 7, 8, 9 months later. Now you're a patient man now, but we gotta we gonna get you less time at the doctor's office and more time on the golf course, but or on the grill. I got to come get one of those steaks. So
Come on.
what was one of the resources or support from the Go Getter family that's been like the most valuable to you in mastering the investment techniques, because you're known as a creative finance expert now in your market, right, at those RIAs and other groups?
Well, I think probably one of the best assets, and there are several, is the academy. I mean,
Mm,
the knowledge base that you provide, the tools that you provide, the videos, the walkthroughs, the contracts, going over the contracts, and just laying them out there for us, open them up, and showing us examples of people who are using people in the Go Getter family who are actually doing them, and letting us
yes.
see it firsthand. That was one of the best assets. In addition to being in that community, being a part of other go getters, people who are also knocking the ball out the park, hitting
Hmm.
home runs, showing by example. And when you see other people around you doing it, then it becomes pretty believable and pretty assured that you will also be successful. So that's been a big plus, being in a like-minded group of heavy hitters. We call
Absolutely. Heavy hitters too, heavy hitters. Now you just bumped up to my round table as well, which is a smaller group, and we went over getting funding from self-directed IRAs, right? A private money lender, and there's plenty of people out here right now, that have CDs, high yield savings accounts, or even IRAs, and that retirement fund, that retirement money, it's not backed by anything. It's just speculation, really, and inflation, and a bunch of other variables that can be manipulated at any time, really. um, Roundtable, we show you how to get 50,000. We're getting 50,000 for a house from a self-directed IRA, so we're helping our private money investor, and we're getting business recapitalization is what that is. That's business funding at its finest. Everybody wins. So being in the community, there's high level people in our community. You came in as a veteran, and there's some group experts, and I think the majority of our group experts didn't know anything about real estate before coming to the Go Getter family. So it's people like you, people like them. There's people in the comments tonight watching, and I appreciate all of y'all for being here supporting. That's what Dr. Joel was talking about. So for 24 hours, y'all, you can use that coupon code FREE and get 50% off of the legendary buying free foreclosures. Literally. Now, Dr. Joel just broke down how he had that course and came into my challenge with a deal, and I helped him save 20 G's on that. But he came in with a rock solid deal from going out there and networking and having confidence in his competence. And so Dr. Joel, now how do you feel this has affected things for you? Now, you've been in real estate a long time, you've been in a few different groups, but you come in here and you just been hitting home run after home run.
Well, I think that's it. When I got in this group and saw that people were actually taking action, and it got me off the porch. Like I said, I've been
Ooh.
suffering from analysis paralysis and just
Mm,
learning, and wasn't really applying anything. But by being around people that were doing the do and getting out and making things happen, it was very incentivizing
mm,
for me to do the same thing, to get out and be a
yes.
go getter, and
Mhm.
just take massive action, as Johnny Lyman would say.
And Johnny Lineham, now that's my dog right there. He came down to Houston, and was dropping gems at the last How to Break the Real Estate Money Code live workshop that we had. So you're in his mentorship. He came and did a Q&A at our inner circle not long ago, and that thing was woo wee. man. Hey, we were barraging him. Johnny had to lock in. He looked like he was behind some controls at the Air Force. He locked in. I seen him do it. I was like, yes. So you're getting great information, and you're around deals, where you can make millions of dollars. And so you having this creative financing skill set, right? This thing that makes you unique, and being able to do it well really is a game changer. And so, what advice would you give somebody out there watching that's thinking about getting into real estate?
My advice would be to learn how to do it the right way.
Mm,
Learn from somebody who is actually doing it, and don't just join a mentorship where a guy is showing you stuff on paper. But make sure that he's actually closing deals. Make sure that he's doing the same thing that he's teaching you how to do. A lot of
mhm.
mentors will say stuff, but you never see them actually closing the deal. You never see them taking students and walking students through a deal. So I would say, make sure that your mentors qualify, and then make sure that the group that you're in is a fit for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Make sure that you're not the smartest one in the room.
For sure. Yep, exactly. Yep, never want to be. That's a great advice, and look, Tad's in the comments right now. Tad Clump, one part of the duo, one half of the duo, that's the go-getters of the year this year. Now we're gonna have some more awards coming up at our August 9th and 10th workshop in Houston, Texas. So there's a link in the description for that too, y'all. So that's a live event only. There's been a lot of money that has been made out of that workshop. I remember we had the cost of inaction, Dr. Joel, and you were pretty adamant. We help people calculate their number, a cost. What has your inaction cost you? And there's a formula for that we have put together, and so we can know what our lack of taking action has cost us. And Dr. Joel, you said it. You said you had analysis paralysis for a very long time. So every journey kind of has its ups and downs. What were some of the doubts or challenges that you faced in the journey, and how the Go Getter family helped navigate through those?
Well, one is fear of failure, uh,
Mm,
and that's always a concern. Scared you're gonna make the wrong decision, and really not having a sidekick or even a partner to take you by the hand and hold you, walk you through it, and just let you know that it's okay to fail. You want to fail, but you fail forward, and
yes.
you learn from each failure. You take a bigger step towards your goal, but you just keep on getting up. No matter how many times you fall down, you keep getting up and keep striving towards your goal and keep your eyes on the prize and what it is that you want to do. So you never give
Mhm.
up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And guys, if you guys have any questions for Dr. Joel, we'll take some questions. Put where you're from if you do have your question, and then put your question. Hey, this is your one time you get a doctor now for free. Now he's working on his doctorate in real estate now. He's just went from his undergrad to graduate school. So he's in the program, y'all. So you better get those questions in. But you said it, being around a group of like-minded people that have the same objectives, the same goals, the same aspirations, even the same fears, right? And the same apprehensions, because we're able to borrow some of that energy on those days that we don't have it, or some of that inspiration and motivation, and vice versa. They can borrow it from us. There's healthy competition within the Go Getter family too, and we like
Absolutely,
that. Yeah, because we've got
absolutely,
hitters. We've got some hitters, man, in this group. It's insane the
heavy
deals
hitter.
that we do. Yes, yes, it's really remarkable, honestly. Kim Rich just got a really good deal in South Carolina. She's a principal at an elementary school, and she's been really plugging away, staying consistent, like you said, Dr. Joel. That's the primary thing. So after you close a sub 2 deal, can the previous owners call the mortgage company and tell them they want to foreclose on it? Well, you want to take that, Dr. Joel, professor, or you want me to take it?
Well, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But in the process of getting a sub 2 deal, we have them sign a disclosure statement saying they understand uh, what they're doing. They understand that we're taking over their mortgage, although we're not legally responsible for it, and that they're not under the influence of any extraneous substances that's clouding their judgment. They've had a chance to seek legal opinion if they want to. So they clearly and freely sign this. We don't twist our arm or do anything. And the way we close the deal, we take over the mortgage. So they have no claim after we close the deal and transfer the house into our entity with using the land trust. So they don't really have a leg to stand on to even go back and say they want their house. Like, matter of fact, our seller came back after we got the house and cleaned it up some, and then asked, could he buy it back?
Wait. Now, I never recommend that. I'll tell you that. Yes, sirree. How'd that go? That's the first time I heard about it. They came back and wanted to buy it back from me once you got them out of foreclosure.
He saw what a little bit of paint, new flooring would do, and he's like, "Damn, this is nice." I want to know how much could he buy it back for, and I said, "Well, man, you wouldn't pay the mortgage company, you wouldn't pay the bank. And I don't think that you would want to pay me for 30 years."
That's true. That's true. That's why we don't recommend doing the lease back to the seller. But what you said is true, right? There's several factors involved in how we do subject to, right? First off, it's the right way by putting it in a trust, which takes the title and the deed and puts that under our control. And the sellers, they have no recourse at that point, unless we structure it with a wrap and some other sophisticated stuff. But that said, also we have the paper signed with the lender, limited power of attorney, information release. Now we get a durable power of attorney at a high level, and then it being in a land trust on top of it, the loan being current and being paid. And then it's in a trust for estate planning purposes. And trusts are so very powerful that when that word is even said to the bank, along with the payments being made, they'll think that the mortgage or the seller is a crazy person, honestly, if they're calling and saying a bunch of crazy stuff about they don't want the mortgage in their name, this and that. Well, hey, it's current. It's in a trust. Talk to your trustee about that, because you're barking up the wrong tree at this point, pretty much. But we solve their problem and we help them. So we're likely going to leave in a good situation and on good terms with those people. So that's about real estate. That's about doing real estate the right way, where everybody profits in some way, shape, or form for being part of the deal. So yes, great explanation, Professor. That's what I'm gonna start calling you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And one other benefit I didn't mention is that by leaving the loan in the seller's name, we're also helping to improve their credit by making timely payments on that mortgage.
Boom. Yep. Can't beat it. And it takes the weight of the world off of their shoulders. And hear me out here too, guys, because when we deal with especially these foreclosure situations, most regular individuals are not real estate professionals. So when they're talking to their lender, it's a different type of conversation. It is even a different tone of voice that the agent has for the servicing company or that mortgage lender than when we get on the phone and we talk to them as refined real estate professionals that know what the hell they're talking about. And so we educate those agents a lot of times on what the hell's going on, and we point them to the page, chapter, and verse of where it is, the rules that they need to follow. And so I always just ask them, so does this such and such servicing company not follow government mandates? I just want to make sure I'm understanding here. Back them into that corner. And so it's a different conversation, and these people are stressed to the max. And so we're superheroes, real estate superheroes. So looking ahead, Dr. Joel, what are your goals with the real estate investing business now? With these new secret weapons that you have, this new real estate magic, and how do you plan to continue leveraging these strategies that the Go Getter family has blessed you with, the old lifetime member?
Well, I plan to use it to help people much like our first seller and tenant buyer, people who have homes that are maybe in distress, maybe they don't see a way out of it, even those in foreclosure, some other type of distress. And I plan to, again, deploy our strategies to buy it creatively, where I can turn around and sell it creatively to another deserving family who needs affordable housing. So that's what I plan on doing. I plan some way too, the more I'm around Johnny Lyman, is to advance this to multifamily and acquire
Yes.
multifamily the same way. That way I can provide affordable housing to multiple families at one time.
Yep. And you can get them with the multifamily, you can get them prepared for home ownership by getting them into a multifamily unit. And the best part is if you own that in a trust, that multifamily, you can collect an option fee while they're in training and waiting in that multifamily unit to go into one of your houses. So when you get this thing rolling like a machine, and we're just kicking off our CRM too, man, the Go Getter Family CRM to kind of turn up. But with multifamily and the information that you're getting from Johnny Lynham, coupled with this creative financing information, you can do some really, really good owner financing multifamily deals. And the skill set that you have and that you're growing right now with asset protection and estate planning, putting the properties into trust, you'll be able to help people with another service, especially multifamily, because a lot of those owners, if they're not corporate, they're older and they're looking at taxable events in the very near future. And so they haven't raised rents in a very long time. There's deferred maintenance, and that taxable event could potentially, knock them out of the game sometimes. So owner financing is a very attractive position for them to be in. And then putting it in a trust, that gives a continuity of management. So when they do pass away and we still owe them money, guess what? A Christmas card from grandpa and grandma is going to show up every November 23rd, right before Black Friday. Open that card up. Yeah, with the payment we owe, we'll just send it once a year. Wouldn't that be a great way to remember grandma and grandpa? Man, what? I just bought you some units right there. You just rewind this and got dog, write that down. It's golden. So, Dr. Joel, man, we got another question. Oh, he says he knows someone that is about to be foreclosed on soon. And even though I'm not a mentee yet, I wanted to ask if someone would joint venture with me, worth a shot. So here's what I would do. The Creative Financing Lab, the first month's on me. After that, it's about a half a tank of gas a month. You get in the Creative Financing Lab, that's in our academy, put that deal up, see what happens. Depends on where you're at. We got people all over. You know what I mean? I do deals from right here every week, pretty much. We're going to be heading up to Dallas next week when my team's in town. But first, we're going to the auction here in Houston. So if you guys are in Houston, Texas, come meet us out at the Houston, Texas foreclosure auction on July 2nd, Tuesday, July 2nd. I got to get the location. It's at the same spot every time, but we're going to be down in Alabama coming to visit you, Dr. Joel, very, very soon. We got to come to this legendary RIA where you're getting all these deals.
Come on.
Yes, sir. So tell me real quick, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you got lives to save, both real estate and actual lives. So how do you feel like your success in real estate now has impacted you, both personally and professionally?
Professionally, it's sort of helped me to put a timeline on practicing medicine, and it sort of helped to affirm that timeline because I see that the longer I take to finish my practice, the longer time it'll be getting to my real estate goals. And as far as with real estate, I have a nice retirement set up, but I want to think about my kids and their kids. I'm trying to educate them as far as having passive income and using real estate to be that vehicle. I think the more that they see me doing this and becoming successful at it, the easier it'll be to bring them on board. Kids do about 10% of what you say and try to teach them, but they do 90% of what they see you do.
Absolutely.
So by being an example to them, hopefully it'll lead them to also take a keen interest in using real estate as that vehicle to provide security in their future and their kids' future.
Absolutely. Can a brother get an amen? Well, I didn't know you was preaching now tonight. Heck, I would have brought my wallet with me. Uh,
Let me pass the hat here. Let me get a
yo,
hat.
you gonna find something. That's one thing about you. Dr. Joel, something else, y'all. So look, now see, this is the great thing about the type of real estate, that we do. If you don't know anything about real estate, you're coming in, you're learning it the right way. And so you can be somebody who's fresh out of high school, just starting college graduate, middle management, professional and advanced degrees even, and you want something different. You can come in, you can commit and be consistent, and you have the community around you that's going to be there to help you, and people you can learn from, and then just learn by observation. And then the information that is really incredible, but it's laid out in the Harvard of real estate, the Go Getter Family Academy, like a roadmap, man. Follow the yellow brick road. I mean, dude. And then at a high level, which Dr. Joel's getting into, with our roundtable, we really can construct money printing machines. And so I just wanted to say, I noticed how you kind of talked about your retirement, but then if we rewind to how you're structuring that deal and the exit strategy, where you're getting an option fee, so that's a nice little chunk, and then you're getting the monthly income, and you're going to finance that for the next 30, 40, 60 years, 40 years, whatever they need, as long as you're cash flowing it. That is a reliable income monthly. That's exactly what we want. That's how you build wealth. That is how you buy your time back. So you don't have to keep trying to get chunks and hunks. If you get that house, you get an option fee, get that cash flow, you do that 15, 20 times, heck, you're on the road to success. So
Exactly. I agree. And
mhm.
it's even transpired into stuff that's not even real estate. When I hear people talking about go and get a bank loan, and it's like, well, why are you going to get a bank loan? Why don't you give them some now and some later, or see if
Yeah.
they will, see if they'll take a, do a seller take back, and don't get a bank loan. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yes, exactly. Why not just use the existing debt that is out there, or turn the seller into your bank? The seller is always the bank in one way, shape, or form. We just negotiated a deal in Dallas. There's 4 houses on the property, and that being said, some of those are unlicensed houses too, 2 of them. So us buying in trust allows us to maneuver. Sometimes they can't go to the bank and get what they should have coming, and we're able to come in there and creatively keep the middleman out, which is just the bank. We just keep them out. So you know what that does? That keeps them out of the seller's pockets, and it damn sure keeps them out of our pockets. And it allows us to have a wider range of tools to be able to help the people that actually need the help. And in return for helping those people, we get paid very handsomely, and we continue to. I mean, it's really a gift from God. So you just got to learn it the right way. That's it. That's it. I'm glad Dr. Joel's a lifetime member now. He's about to be better known as Professor. So we working on that. We're working on that. So Dr. Joel, is there any last words or closing thoughts that you have for the people before we get on up out of here?
Well, I would just like to say, I think I joined the Go Getter family around December 2023. So that was about 6 months ago.
Hmm.
So all the stuff that you're hearing me say, and about the things that I plan, the things that I'm doing, uh, I've acquired these skills in the last 6 months. So it's amazing at how much I picked up. It's even more amazing at how easy and transparent Gene and the Academy make it, how available. I mean, you can't go wrong joining the Go Getter family. The tools are there, the
Hmm.
teachers are there, and they
Hmm.
always say, when the pupil is ready, the teacher shall appear. So
Yes.
the teacher is here. Gene Boykin is a real deal. Uh, if you want to learn how to do this, how to do creative financing, how to buy without using the bank, how to buy free houses, free foreclosures, then I would suggest that you join the academy. Gene's probably going to have another challenge coming up within the next month or so. And I started out doing a challenge. So just a week filled of information. Minimal cost to join the challenge for a week's worth of information. That's a great deal, and just sort of get your feet wet to see what it's all about. But I strongly encourage it. And if anybody has any concerns or questions, feel free to reach out to me. The best way is probably to send me an email. And my email is jmccmd2020@aol.com. That's jmccmd2020, like Mad Doctor 2020 at aol.com.
Yes, we'll put it in the description too, so the people can have it. So the auction starts at about 9:30 a.m. y'all in Houston, Texas. So it's really 10 a.m., but you need to get there. We'll have a table set up. A couple of my coaches, Coach Molly and Coach Jerry of the Go Getter Family Avengers, they're my team and they coach the students as well. Will be at this auction. They're flying in from their respective places around the country. So, Dr. Joel, we haven't had a challenge in it seems quite some time. So I think we might have one before the upcoming event. We'll see. I'm going to talk to the team in the morning about that. Look at that. You just planted that seed on me. Look at you. Yeah, you sly old dog, you. No, I'm just playing. I love those things, though. I do. I love the challenges. That's some good information, and a lot of success has come out of there. So, Dr. Joel, yeah, I appreciate you coming on here tonight, spending your time with us in commemoration of Dr. Joel getting that deal on the Buying Free Foreclosures course on Black Friday. You guys are getting 50% off with the coupon code, just the word free in all caps. There's a link in the description. That's for 24 hours. 50% off this thing that literally has made people around the country hundreds of thousands of dollars easily. And this is the best version of this course so far. That was the course I started with, honestly, but I've just continued to grow, which we all should do. So again, the course and the August 9th and 10th workshop, guys. So I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, hit that like button. I'll put Dr. Joel's email in the description so you guys can hit Dr. Joel up and talk to him. Professor Joel, come join the Go Getter family. Yeah, get some of this pixie dust. But thank you again, Dr. Joel. And y'all already know what it is, y'all. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go